Let's have a chat. Christ heals all things. You gotta get up on your knees and you gotta believe. You gotta talk to the Lord when your world feel down. You gotta build a connection when nobody around. You gotta lift him up in prayer and call him by his name. The value of his love can never be exchanged. When Satan get the creeping and you're thinking nobody's sleeping, just calling your guardian angel for a little healing. Raise your hands real high, high up in the sky, and tell the Lord, I'm a believer, I'm a believer, I'm a believer, I'm a believer. Are you believing? I'm a believer. Are you believing? I'm a believer. Yeah. Are you believing?
Hello, and thank you for joining Wave of Praise Radio in today's segment of Let's Chat, a discussion on healing those painful places in life through Christ. I am your host, Christy Hunter, and during today's segment, I want to interact with you. We want to interact with you. Please feel free to enter your comments in the chat, or you may text in anonymously at 937-400-8727. That's 937-400-8727. And joining me today for part 2 of Lord Help, I'm Broken, Healing as a Woman is the wonderful and amazing Lady Lorenza Saucer of Restoration Church of Jesus Christ. We're going to continue our discussion on healing as a woman. And one of the things that we talked about picking up in this segment was being in leadership as a woman and healing those wounds. I've been in leadership for 20 plus years. And one of the things that I've found is not only do you get it from subordinates, but you get it from your peers. You try to be an upstanding person of character and do things with integrity. And somehow the woman that should be my sister's keeper is the one that sometimes puts me down.
Absolutely.
I just think that that's hurtful because we as women have come so far. And what God has for me is for me. And what he has for you is for you. And our God is so abundant that I should never have to step on you to get to where God wants me to be. Have you had those experiences, Lady Saucer?
I would love to sit here and tell you in
I
this
look
microphone,
at the expression on her face.
no, I haven't, but yes, I have. And, no one is exempt. Jesus had Judas. Jesus had Judas.
Yes.
Right? Who sat at the table, got everything that all the other disciples got, ate, fed, all of that. So understand that betrayal never comes from those that you don't know. It always comes from those that you are aware of.
Yeah.
And so you want to be sure to not internalize someone else's behavior and how they deal with you.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you are not also forgiving too prematurely. I've done that before.
Okay, talk about that.
I've said to someone, "Oh, I forgive you," because that was a thing that I'm supposed to do.
Sure.
But then not allowing the person's behavior and not really truly sitting on what occurred or what happened. I just did it because that's just the right thing to do.
As a Christian, we just forgive.
Right. And then leaving the situation and then allowing things to kind of ponder and fester and no, that person truly wronged me. No, there should have been a little bit more conversation to that. Right. And so then, I still got to do the work. I have to do it, independent of them being present.
Yeah.
Because it's me it's going to affect.
So let me make sure I'm understanding because I need to take this tip back. When someone has wronged you, don't be so quick to forgive because sometimes maybe they're still going to exhibit some things that you might need to continue to give them from, so to speak.
What I'm saying is, don't jump to, "Oh, I forgive you," to avoid having that awkward conversations. No, have those conversations of how and why and when.
The accountability for
absolutely.
And not just, "I'm sorry you feel that way," because that's not an apology.
That's not an apology.
Ooh, that's
the moment you put if into apology, it's not an apology with me. It's not contingent on if you feel you hurt me.
That's
no, you
correct.
actually hurt me.
Right.
So apologize for hurting me.
For
So
hurting me.
actually have those
That
conversations.
accountability.
Absolutely.
You know, I've had some of those conversations, and those can be tough conversations, and not everybody can handle those conversations. And then depending on who the opposite person is, they'll try to make you the angry Black woman.
Sometimes they will, but you know what? Again,
Ooh,
that's that.
Lord.
That's that gaslighting stuff. People that they definitely would do that.
Yes.
But remember, it is for you. Have to think when you come out of this, you want to be okay. So there are some conversations we're going to have that I'm going to be uncomfortable having, and I know you're going to be uncomfortable having, but
they're necessary.
In order to move forward, because
Got
we
you.
need to figure out from this situation, are we going to be how we were before, or are we just going to be, cordial, and I'll deal with you over there, and that's okay. And we have to realize this in Christendom. It's okay. You're going to have people that you forgive, truly forgive, and never speak to them again. That don't mean you don't forgive them.
Yeah.
You forgave them. There's just never need to be any interaction. And we have to understand that.
Just to go on a deeper layer with that forgiveness process, one of the things when we were talking before, it made me think about God really does take you on a different journey of healing when he asks you to forgive those who hurt you. It was very difficult for me to go through the process of the man that molested me and have to forgive him, and the man that raped me and have to forgive them, because those scars have a lasting impact.
Yes.
But through Christ and his unfailing love, right, and his desire to free me from the bondage that sin created, he gave me the strength, he gave me the ability, he gave me the wherewithal to not only say, I forgive you, but to actually go to them after a period of years and to look them in the face and say, I forgive you.
That's strength.
That's when you know God done healed you.
Yes.
And let me tell you, when God said do it, I said, do what? I was like, you want me to do what?
I don't think that's the Lord.
I'm like, Lord, you really didn't say for me to. I was like, Lord, what? But I did it.
Because it was more for you than it was for them.
It was.
And that is the thing. When the Lord is dealing with us, he's only dealing with us.
Yeah.
And we want to get to, that person. I love this book called Healing is a Choice.
I just got my copy in the mail yesterday.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's a part of the chapter where this woman, she was so upset because she wanted everybody to come down on her husband for some of the things that he done to her. That's not their experience with them.
Sure.
With him.
Right.
And so you can't project and want, bad and
sure,
gloom and gloom
sure.
to come to. But I understand in this case, and I don't want to ever minimize what happened to you. Yes, justice has to take place. But the healing that you had to do, or in going and seeing them and telling them, I'm telling you, I'm sitting right here next to you. I don't know if the Lord told me to do that.
So
I'm
mind you,
sure.
These incidents happened when I was 7 and 11.
Right.
So I'm in my 30s.
Right.
And going to them now. But what it did for me is it gave me my power back.
Right. Absolutely.
You can't hurt me anymore.
Absolutely.
I know who I am in Christ. Now you have to deal with what you have done and whatever's before you and God. But as far as I'm concerned, my daddy is taking that thorn, and it doesn't exist anymore. So that
powerful.
was
That's great. I'm glad you shared that.
I think it was a part of how Christ was truly trying to heal me completely.
Absolutely.
In that process. So so that was tough. That was tough. I was just like, Lord, but one of them, because there's a family relationship, right? It was impeding upon the relationship with their child, and I think also it was a release.
Okay.
For them to know that you don't have to hide and run from me because you know what you did, but we're going to face it, and I forgive you. And I
commend you for that.
That's commend Christ, because that's him. That's him. But one of the things we talked about too is in the forgiveness process that the Lord had kind of taken me through as a woman and healing that is going back and empowering other women I think that that's why God gave me this platform, not only to heal other women, but to heal men as well. Because, God is not a one sided God. He doesn't want to heal me as a woman and not heal, men in general, because he created us together and we were pulled from Adam to be his helpmeet. And I can't fully help Adam if Adam not whole,
Absolutely.
and Adam can't fully cover me
Cannot.
if he's not whole. So if I get healed and Adam is whole, guess what? The world better watch out, because God got a powerhouse coming. Some very powerful stuff coming. So anything else you want to add to that?
So, like you said,
Mhm.
the Lord did to you and
Mhm.
through you
Mhm.
is for you to reach back.
Mhm.
Everything that we go through in life
Mhm.
is not, it's for us, but it's not just for us.
Mhm.
Don't be selfish. It's just we overcome by one another's testimony. We got to be able to tell other people when it's time, the necessary steps on how I did it. When we're going through our healing, forgiving, all of those things, we have to have the right people in place. And, for instance, if I'm struggling with health issues and it's my heart that's bothering me, it's my heart that's giving me problems, don't send in a pulmonologist unless it is affecting my lungs.
That is correct.
But I need to see the right persons. And then after I come out of this, and after I have the right circle around me that can help me come out of it, not to vent every single time I see them.
Sure.
No, your circle can help you smile and whatnot, and help you get away from the situation or the emotions of it all, right? So after that, it's like give back. Give back.
Give back.
Give back.
It's not for you. Say one plants, one
One
waters.
waters.
God provides the increase.
He sure does.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. And Lord, help me. I'm broken, healing as a woman. This segment has been eye-opening, and these conversations have been real. And I'm grateful that through these conversations on Let's Chat, not just specifically this one, but all of the ones we've had and all of the ones to come, that we truly allow Christ to take us from a place of covering up those spiritual things with carnal things and heal us, but to allow Christ to release us from the prison of the past we have held on to so that we can heal. And so it's definitely very necessary in the healing process as a woman. And one of the reoccurring themes in all our conversations is our circle. Who we interact with. So just choose your circle wisely and find a Bible faith believing church that can help you. Now, I'm going to throw a shameless plug and tell you definitely can come to Restoration, keyword Restoration, Church of Jesus Christ at 904 Vernon in Dayton, Ohio, where Lady Lorenza Saucer and District Elder C. Saucer are in leadership. And I'm telling you, when they say they love you back to life through Christ, it's not just it's not just something they say, it's something they live by and what they do. And if anything, I'm a living witness, since I've been there, of being restored in some areas that I didn't know I could be restored in, that I just didn't allow Christ to do. So as a woman, we go through many things as leaders, as moms, as parents, as peers. But in all things, remember that we can trust in the Lord our God with all our hearts and lean not to our own understanding if we always acknowledge him.
Absolutely.
So, Lady Saucer, thank you so much
Thank
again.
you.
This
Thank
has
you.
definitely been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for having
I'm
me.
going to let you see. You have any closing remarks or words or anything you want to share? Or
Okay, just some tidbits I would say to take away from all of this
okay,
is, again, your circle. Don't overcompensate for your healing. A lot of times you'll see a lot of people on social media, they want to post they doing this, going there, to try to give the impression that they're okay. No, retreat for a bit, get yourself together, pull back, get the healing it is that you need, and go forward.
Okay. All right.
And that's all I have for you.
All right. Well,
that's
ladies, hopefully you have been empowered. This chat and has empowered you and encouraged you, and we can certainly continue to let Christ heal all things. Thank you again for joining. Let's Chat on Wave of Praise Radio.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Let's have a chat. Christ heals all things. You gotta get up on your knees and you gotta believe. You gotta talk to the Lord when your world feel down. You gotta build a connection when nobody around. You gotta lift him up in prayer and call him by his name. The value of his love can never be exchanged. With Satan get the creeping and you're thinking no be sleeping, just calling your guardian angel for a little healing. Raise your hands real high, high up in the sky, and tell the Lord, I'm a believer, I'm a believer, I'm a believer, I'm a believer. Are you believing? I'm a believer. Are you believing? I'm a believer. Yeah. Are you believing?